Morning, afternoon, and evening we are. Welcome to NerdTube review of Andor. I can't do Yoda very well. Welcome everybody to our Andor episode 1, 2, and 3 review. Today we are talking about the first arc of the second season of Andor. And I am joined today by uh, my Padawan Sam and the Ginger the Slut down below. How you guys doing? You guys excited to talk about Andor?
Oh yeah,
Yes, I
very.
am.
All right, so we're kind of how we're going to be doing this is we're just going to kind of be talking about these 3 episodes as a whole because really it is kind of like they're doing the same thing they did last season where they're doing like 3 episode arcs. So that's why they're releasing 3 episodes a week. So overall impressions, Zam, I'll start with you.
Yeah, even though we're doing 3 episode arcs, there's a lot more focus on the side characters this time around. I mean, my God, Mon Mothma, she's involved in this series so far, and I'm liking it. I'm genuinely liking it. It is strange when you're watching it how this more grounded universe is still part of the crazy universe of frills and spills. Like this is in the same world as the Mandalorian, and they almost feel so fucking totally different, you know. But yeah, there you go.
Ginger?
Yeah, I mean, first 3 episodes not blown me away really. Just a bit frustrated with it. Like it feels very much like some of the script and the dialogue was just like, what are you lot fucking blabbering on about, kind of stuff. Not the Mon Mothma stuff. That stuff was great. The Garrick stuff was great, but like conversation Andor's having with them idiots, and then that other bird before he steals the ship, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And it was just a bunch of just weird nothingness. I felt kind of hollow watching it so far. So I'm not blown away. I'm still enjoying, but they need to up the ante a bit.
I'm actually 100% in agreement with you, Ginger. So I like the Mon Mothma stuff. I actually liked the what's the couple name? The Imperial couple. I don't remember their names. Um,
I don't
I, I,
remember.
I yeah, I kind of liked what they had going on a little bit. I did like kind of like the meet. See that you can tell I'm a manager because I was all invested in this meeting that they were having. And
Mhm.
I'm like, oh, what are we talking about? Oh, we going in and we're relocating people. Yeah, America, baby.
I mean that was my favorite part. The whole arch was
Mhm.
was it Garrick? What's his name?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Mendelssohn's character. That whole part when they're going in to basically displace the Gamorreans and get
Hmm.
rid of the Gamorreans because they have materials for the Death Star and all this kind of stuff. That was my favorite part. I thought that part was gripping, and it's just a room full of people talking about it, but it's so like if you know your politics and if you know how like these things work, this is like imperialism 101. You go in there, you buy people that are gonna be that you have no real morals, so you can buy that group of insurgents and whatever that are gonna cause a lot of shit on your behalf, and you can wash your hands clean. But nothing to do with me, kind of thing. What's going on here? And then you displace people, make it dangerous for them. They leave, and you go in, and you steal their resources. That's America 101, baby.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
this is going to sound a bit strange, but yes, I know this is filmed in the UK, but my God, they need to mix up some of these accents. Everyone's fucking British. Yeah, like you know how they complain about everyone's fucking American. Well, this time everyone's fucking British,
but that's kind of
and
typical Star Wars. They make a lot of people British except for Samuel L. Jackson. Could you imagine him trying to do a British accent? Like,
no, there was,
Yeah.
I would say there was a fair amount of American accents in the entire 9 movies, but everybody's fucking British in this, like in every aspect. Whether it be those Lost Boys in fucking episode 1 and 2, you know what I mean, or the Imperials or the fucking Fine Diners, they're all fucking Brits, apart from Diego Luna and his girlfriend. Hello there.
Anyways,
It's I'm sure these actors are capable of doing different accents. It's just it's a bit much for me.
yeah. So I mean, and it kind of goes back to, uh, the speaking of the Lost Boys, yeah, like what the hell? Like I like that could have been like that episode. Like they could have finished that off in like that
Yeah,
first
so
episode and then
stupid.
moved on. It was very dumb and I didn't like it. Um, I don't know why. I mean, maybe they needed a reason to keep Andor. Honestly, what would have been more compelling is if Andor was like on the ship and he was trying to figure out how to make it work and there was damage and all this other stuff and he had to repair, like, and if they keep on cutting back to him maybe dealing with problems with the TIE fighter in space rather than him being freaking
We
hijacked
would
by
have.
Lost Boys.
You would have had
Or
problems. You would have had problems with that as well. Trust me. Sorry, Ginger. One sec. One sec.
oh, sorry, go on.
No. Go on, Ginger. Actually, go ahead.
No. Or he gets to the place where he's meant to meet the guy, and there's fucking Imperial stormtroopers there.
Well,
And
it's Yavin 4 and it's supposed to be off the grid. You know what I mean? So
oh, yeah, well, you change the location, whatever. Like, or you just end up with something there other than these idiots who are
mhm.
talking like idiots, acting like idiots, and
Well,
it would have been far better than what we got.
it felt very Disney. That's what I was going to bring up. The
Yeah,
point was
it did.
those guys felt very Disney. Like everything else in these episodes really kind of felt like, okay, this is kind of the original vision. I can see this. Even stealing the TIE fighter was cool. I like that part. Them stealing like an experimental TIE fighter. That's very rebellion-esque. I like that.
Yeah.
A
But I'm
TIE
like,
fighter
yeah,
that
this.
can go to light speed. By the way, that
Mhm.
that's that was the unusual. But TIE fighters, interceptors, they can't go to light speed.
That was
Um,
good.
TIE bombers can't
but
either.
yeah, TIE bombers can't either. But that one
TIE,
could,
but
which
but
was a
that
yeah.
it looks like it's like a variation of like the TIE Advanced. Like it has that, and I don't know if that's going to be Darth Vader's TIE. I don't think so because it looks too big, like at least in the cockpit. But anyway, I was wondering that like they have so many variations on the TIE design that like it,
It looked more like an interceptor because it's got the triangular sort of
Yeah.
yeah, but it
sort of
doesn't. But it
angles.
also has the triangles
Yeah,
on the
that's
back,
right.
and that's more of a TIE Advanced. So, but
But
yeah,
look, my thing is about these 3 episodes was every single one of them was okay, and Andor escapes. Andor escapes the hangar in episode 1. He escapes the Lost Boys in episode 2, and he escapes fucking Harvest Planet in episode 3. It was an escape in every fucking planet.
Yeah.
well, and as I said,
Yeah.
when you got to the Harvest Planet in the third episode, I was fine with that. As I said, I just when they were on Yavin 4, I'm like, the actual hell, like what, like they did all of this just to show that it was Yavin 4, and I'm like, this is dumb. You know what I mean? Like I was like,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when he goes up and it was just like, oh, okay, so that was your Easter egg.
they could have
You
showed
know,
that with him flying in, and we would have been just
yeah,
as he's meeting on Yavin 4, and then like he comes and he finds out what's his nuts is dead, and he has to fight off the Lost Boys for like a couple minutes, and then he escapes. Like end of episode 1, yay! Like they captured him and they did all that, and it's just like Jesus. As soon as they were arguing in the woods, I was like, oh no,
yeah. When you couldn't even see them and they're arguing,
yeah.
I was like, oh dear God, who wrote this crap?
Yeah,
I was just
I
like,
really feel like Disney, like, well, here's our notes. Like they had like all the Mothma stuff and all the Imperial like bureaucracy stuff in there, but like they were like, well, here's our notes for Andor, and it's like, oh no. So anyway, it was yeah. I mean, but that's really the only beef I had with these first 3 episodes. The mom episode was kind of funny just because it's like I love how like what is her name? It starts with a D.
I need to know about your vibrators, Winslow.
Oh.
I'm happy for you, but keep it to yourself.
I'm trying to look up her name because I'm sick of calling her what's her face. But I just love
Well,
how
Mon
she
Mothma.
manhandled. No, not Mon
No.
Mothma. No, the
Mon
Imperial chick. I love how she handled the Imperial guy's mom. Like I just was like,
that was great. Yeah.
I was like, yes, absolutely yes.
Yeah, just like I'm the daddy in this relationship.
And by the way, that actor is British, by the way, but he's the only one putting on an accent. You know what I mean?
Like, that's your only fucking guy with a British accent. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, you've got
No,
Mendelssohn's accent, which is just weird
no,
Danish
he's doing the
Australian.
He's doing the Aussie, but yeah,
It's
like
a
I said,
weird accent.
like the Mama's Boy, yeah,
So
he's doing the American accent, which is fair enough.
so
At
the
least
lady is
somebody is.
Deidre and the guy is Cyril. Cyril, not cereal, Cyril. So I finally found it.
Cyril Regis.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I
So oh, go ahead, Sam.
no, I'm looking forward to seeing what part they play because like his role was all up in the air last season.
And it was
Where his
nothing,
loyalties were.
wasn't it? Was he the one
No,
that
no,
was
but
like absolutely nothing?
he was a part of the empire, but he lost his job because of his because he fucked up basically, and
Yeah.
they ended up getting an office job and stuff like that. But and the funny thing, I think if you watch those early episodes of Andor season one, he's doing the British accent, but once he realized he no longer got the job, he just reverts back to his American, you know, which is funny. So there might be something in there, but
Dude, that would be
yeah, he
hilarious if we find out through this series that like the preferred language accent is like British. Like
yeah,
Like an imperial requirement.
yeah,
Oh,
right.
that's
Just have a British
hilarious.
accent. I would absolutely mark out for that. I would love it and laugh so much if that were the case.
That'd be
Brit,
hilarious.
British, but they're all in the same boat though because was it Deanna Drake? What's her name?
Deidre.
Driana or Deidre? Like she's like kind of like been demoted as well. So they're all trying to get their place back in the hierarchy
Well, I
and play the
mean,
game.
she's been demoted, but now she's got a new role coming where she's going to oversee the kind of Gamora thing.
Mhm.
So
Gamora,
Gamorreans, whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Gamorrean.
planet
Oh yeah,
that they're trying
the
to
pig alien, the pig aliens. Yeah,
aliens. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
the planet not the pig aliens, the planet with the spiders on it. Or well no, is that the same planet with the pigs on it?
Same
Like what
planet, the Gamorreans. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what they
yeah.
kept saying, the Gamorreans, and the Gamorreans are the pig
yeah,
fuckers.
you're right. No. I didn't even put that together until now. I
Yeah,
thought it
yeah,
was just some planet they made up to
yeah. Where the spiders are is where the pigs are as well. So it's kind
well,
of like where my exes are.
oh, so what if what happens is so here's my future self thinking is what if the reason why like there's so many Gamorreans on Tatooine is because their planet gets rocked by the Empire, like that, basically their whole planet collapses because they strip
Oh,
mine it.
100%. 100%. That's what's going to happen. The planet's going to collapse from the mining, and they're going to
Damn
get
Empire.
replaced.
Damn
And I'm sure
Empire.
that's out there in like the Legends lore if you read any of that
Taking
crap.
planet bacon away from us.
Yeah, I will say the one thing I found good, good and tragic, obviously, with fucking the woman Andor's like love interest and her kind of PTSD,
Yeah,
where she was
Adria.
clearly raped by an imperial officer while in
That was
interrogation.
Bix.
that was crazy, man. I couldn't believe
Yeah,
Disney went there.
I actually
I was,
heard about this because people were talking about it a couple days ago because the people were talking about it after the preview, like the previews came out. Um, yeah, I mean, I, I'm okay with it because it just gives us
yeah,
that side of the empire that, like, again, Andor is not a kid show.
yeah.
Like it,
It was,
as long as
it was
they tastefully deal with these issues, I'm okay with
absolutely,
it. And honestly, I think this was pretty well handled, in my
it
opinion.
was great.
No, I
And
got nothing. I got nothing against it. I'm just surprised Disney did it.
Hmm.
Every time Disney does stuff which is not Disney, it's like wow, Disney went there. Like, and
yeah, no,
so
it was great. Yeah, it
Well,
was
this is
really
the
good.
show to do it because this show's the one that pushes the TV 14 boundary or whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I can tell, like, if they wanted this to be like rated R or whatever, like, like, I think they would go there. I really
and the
think they
thing is,
would.
look, at the end of the day with Star Wars, kids aren't watching it. They're not even buying the merchandise. We're the ones buying the merchandise. So even if you did R-rated Star Wars as a series, you don't have to do it for the cinema. You want to rake in as much money as you can, given its different popularity. You can easily do it. Just Jedi's hacking away, fucking limbs going
oh,
everywhere. It'll be great.
that reminds me. Did Andor say the word shit when he
Yes.
was in the cockpit? they've never said shit. The word shit doesn't exist in Star Wars vocabulary. Like,
I feel like somebody said it at least in the new
They
movies.
said it in the first season as well. I'm pretty sure somebody said it in the first season.
like they don't say like f bombs. They got dank Farrick or whatever the hell. Like they got their own sort of like
Voodoo. Yeah.
like Slimo and Voodoo and like Poodoo or whatever. Like like
Yeah, Dan
they've got
Farrell.
other words.
Yeah, their version of fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God
So
damn
Well,
America.
we've had like, I mean, the worst we had from that point was Bastard by Finn. That was as hardcore as it got. Even though bastard's not even a swear word. Neither is bitch. In context, they're not really swear words at all. But
yeah,
yeah, they say shit. It's just like, oh, fun. Hey Vance. Hey, wrestling lowdown.
I hope you guys watch the episodes.
So
So,
give us your thoughts on what you thought of the episodes. The beginning of it reminded me of. I've not seen Firefox.
but yeah, I've seen Firefox with Clint Eastwood. Yeah, he stole the Soviet aircraft at the
Oh,
end of the movie. Yeah, which was he dresses up with he's an American pilot who can speak Russian and has no like family or anything like that. So he was the ideal guy to go into Russia and steal their latest uh, plane, which was the Firefox.
right.
It's a good film actually. I enjoyed it.
And
With
Andor
with
just
the
summed
dog.
it up in 15 minutes.
And but that moment at the beginning of episode one, like he has with that girl, who's like just checking out all the bits and bobs of that aircraft and of that TIE fighter, and she knows that she'll probably get the blame for everything. Because she was the last one there. She checked it out. She spoke to Andor before he jetted off and stuff like that. So it's all going to fall on her, and
I
she'll
just
probably
don't
get
understand if
killed.
she's going to go that far. Why doesn't she just go with him?
I was gonna say should have just gone with
I
him.
mean, it almost looks like it requires multiple people to fly it effectively. Like there were other seats in there. So
Oh, there were passenger seats, that's for sure. But it was definitely a one-man craft. But it was a very unusual cockpit. Like when you sat there initially, like where the fuck is the steering wheel? You know what I mean? Like, and then eventually it all comes into play. It reminded me of Flight of the Navigator.
Right, the Navigator. That's the vibes I got from that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
God, I haven't seen that movie in forever. Which planet was Mina Rao? Is that the
That's
planet with
the
the
Winter's
harvest?
planet. Yeah.
yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. It slipped my mind regarding it. Like if it, even though they were on that Harvest Planet for a hot minute, it did Rebel Moon better than fucking Rebel Moon did. So
Yeah.
uh, it was just a three-man craft. Yeah, there were two jump seats folded back. I noticed that too. Yeah, like the whole thing was like totally unusual for Andor. Like, as soon as he got in there, like, what the fuck is this? He was having to figure it out on the fly. And yeah, and
Yeah.
that opening chase scene was
That
great.
speaks more like when you're in a rebellion, you've got to do things on the fly a lot of the times, or when you're in
Yeah,
a
but
peace.
here's the thing: it doesn't even seem like they have a rebellion established. You know what I mean? Like that's
This is So this is my biggest criticism now. This is 1 year later, and we're still bogged down in the small things. Where
yeah,
right now we should be seeing the rebellion forming. We should be seeing a bigger cast of people. We should be seeing all this kind of stuff. We're still kind of bogged down with the three kind of characters, and it's just like, what are
yeah.
you
How does
doing?
this
Why
massive rebellion form?
this added nothing to Andor as a whole, or come out of it with, oh, okay, so in Mon Mothma's world, her ex, who also bailed her out, is about to get murdered because he's in bed with the Empire or whatever it was. I completely wasn't
No,
paying.
but yeah, no. What it was, by the way,
He's
yeah,
blackmailing her.
he did crash on Yavin for wrestling and lowdown. Now what it was is that he wanted a piece of that ass as well, yeah, and that Mon Mothma ass, and
Oh,
and
that was it. Whatever.
I
yeah,
think
and
he just wanted money. Is what credits
by
is
the
what he wanted.
no, he was losing money in the process though, and he wasn't getting any ass, at the same time, and then he's like wondering what the fuck am I doing this for? By the way, that actor, who's going to probably get assassinated in the next episode, he's been in my cab.
How is he? He was in what sitcom was he in? Is it
He was also
Coupling?
in
Coupling.
it was an aircraft or something like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, the one with
Good
the
So
acting.
baby
maybe
Good
Zelda.
Xan, you're
acting.
missing your opportunity. You're supposed to assassinate him.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah,
an Indian, and you had an Indian driver in that show as well. So you know the parallels are unbelievable.
yeah.
Just missed opportunity.
What do you guys think of? What do you guys think of all these fucking outfits? I mean, I'm expecting them to pull out a bloody katana every
Gorgeous.
time they walk around. You know,
Yeah,
with the
gorgeous. Very, very Japanese feudalism look.
yeah.
Costume design is amazing.
What?
Also,
So
all
what
the
did?
different factions now mentioned by Saw Gerrera last season, the rebellion is small factions that have yet to come together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they
well,
should have.
we're 4 years
They should
away
have
from the
came
Battle of
together at
Yavin.
least.
They
They
should
should.
be
Yeah, they
together.
should have started in. Like, I didn't mind him stealing the spacecraft in the first one, but I thought he was going to go back to like a base with rebels in it. You
Yeah,
know, like maybe even a small base. Doesn't have to be a big base. Like, it doesn't even have to be Yavin 4 yet. But like, go somewhere where there's like, hey, look, we've started assembling a rebellion here. He even mentioned the rebellion in when he was talking to her, and I'm like, oh, cool, we're going to start seeing the rebellion, even if it's just the beginnings of it. No, it seems like there's like a couple dudes just still, just trying to
yeah,
piss off the empire.
yeah. It feels too small, and it's frustrating. So I just felt like the first 3 episodes were just a complete waste of time. To be
I was
perfect, honest.
getting.
The
I,
only
I
interesting thing was Garrick talking about Gamoria, and that was it.
I was getting when it came to the Mon Mothma scenes, I was getting a lot of Star Trek vibes from it when it came to showing what a different culture does and and when it comes to weddings and their routines and their dancing and stuff like that.
Was that why I liked it so much?
Yeah, it
God.
felt but you know how it is with Star Trek. They like to like put a twist on human culture aspects, and they when it comes to alien culture, and show you the similarities, but they're still different. And that's what they were fucking doing there as well. And also with the Lost Boys, their version of rock paper scissors, like what the fuck?
Oh
Oh
my
my
god!
god.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bro.
As I said, that whole second episode of Cassian stuff. I'm like, why are we doing that? I want whatever's in the woods to come out and just eat them all, except for Cassie. Just get it over with. Like, Jesus.
Yeah. I'm hoping that's what happened. They all got eaten up. I'm hoping they just all
Yeah.
died. They
Yeah,
badly
it
died.
No,
was.
but
That was
Imagine
absolutely.
being like, I'm gonna be in Star Wars. Oh, and I'm gonna play rock, paper, scissors, Star Wars style. It's like, oh Jesus Christ, man.
yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was
like it reminded, do you know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's warm up in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It was like lemon face, tiger face, that kind of stuff. That's what it reminded me of. Where they're taking the piss out of like warm up routines. I felt sorry for Mon that she had no words of wisdom to give to her daughter for an emotionally cold lover.
I
well,
mean, she did kind of
well,
give her
no,
words with her. She said, "You can walk away.
You
You
can walk
can."
away.
That is
Yeah.
words of wisdom. Trust me.
she didn't pick up on the vibes of her daughter. That her daughter wanted to get hit. She wanted to go through all of this shit.
I mean, she just wanted to
Yeah,
bone. That's it.
yeah. It was like they're like space Mormons. These motherfuckers.
Yeah. I suppose this
We-
makes sense. What Vance said here, the decompartmentalization, where little people don't get to know the big.
Yeah,
But
but as I
is
said, but still,
Cassian
it
still
seems like
small?
the little people are just like one or two people. It's not even like separate. Usually, you have cells like of rebellion,
They
and
have
like
small cells of people. It still
we
feels very
saw one
singular.
with what's his nuts in season one. Was it Is that Saw Gerrera? Like
Yeah.
with he had a cell. And it's like I understand those cells not knowing other cells. That's fine, but it's like it seems like this was just two dudes who were like, "Hey, I'm going to go steal this, bring it to you. You're going to take it, then go there." It's like we're not even seeing any of the rebellion, and I'm kind of sad about that.
Yeah. Well, thankfully they got 9 episodes to steer the ship.
well,
And
I'm still waiting for Andor to meet up with his robot buddy. Like that has to happen this season. You know,
yeah.
because this is the final season. So
It's and also this is supposed to lead up to Rogue One, and it's like, boy, I hope they can amass this massive like fleet
yeah.
because there's a big battle at the end of Rogue One, and it seems like they've all been together for at least a hot minute. You know what I mean? Like,
The way Luthen looks at Tay during Perrin's speech as he talks about how fleeting, and they look at a moment left me with many questions. Yeah, like he needs to, he wants to kill Tay because he knows Tay's becoming a liability. Like Tay could give up the whole fucking game because Tay was on the inside. Now Tay wants to be on the outside, but he realized he's not. It's not financially viable to be a good guy. You know, he's losing money and he's not getting in the ass at the same time. You know,
Well,
so
he's going to
And
be dead.
Luthen's the one who will take him out. I mean,
each week they'll skip a year. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I mean, Tay's probably already dead. Like they're not going to show it. It's just
it's just
it's
inferred
fine.
because of what
Yeah.
happened at the end. Yeah.
And that was it. That was what's her face's girlfriend who, when she was looking, she was the driver. She was looking for her the whole this time, and next, she finally comes across her, and she's the fucking driver, and she doesn't even have a chance to like even say anything to her because they're all doing a job. Yeah, that was those
She's
moments.
working.
I appreciate. Yeah, I appreciated those moments. You know, they're looking for each other, and when they finally see each other, they still can't do shit. So yeah, it was great. I loved it.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
my mom was like fucking raving at the end. Like I don't know. I kind of understood what she was doing, but at the same time, I thought it was a bit over the top. But at the same time, like she's drinking away her worries. Like she knows what's gonna happen to Tay, and she's just like, okay, whatever. I'm gonna fucking party like it's 1999. Yeah, I
Well, you
mean,
can see the kind of anxiety building up in her. She knows what's going to happen. She's just like, yeah, I've lost complete control. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it is.
She's like, I'm over it.
accepted the fate.
I was waiting for
it's
the Imperials to barge through the door and try to arrest her. And that's,
it's
Yeah.
it's crazy. Like this is gonna be the same woman in Return of the Jedi. At some particular point, like this her journey from there to there is gonna be is
I mean,
fascinating.
like, listen, you can be business on the streets and freaks in the sheets. I mean, I've known plenty of people like that. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
just because she's a partier don't mean she can't be a professional and stand up in front of everybody and give the big speech.
Oh, by the way, I needed to say this before I forgot. But back on Harvest Planet, that fucking droid doesn't it look like a fucking penis going erect and not erect? When it's moving
What, the
Not
about,
red
tall.
one?
It's
the
not
little
tall
red
enough.
one. Yeah, no, it looks like a little
It's
stub
about
penis.
50 inches for me.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, like,
but it just made me laugh. I think it was that fucking droid looked like a fucking penis. You know what I mean? Yeah, I like that droid though. By the way, it's so sad.
Yeah,
I
hopefully
mean,
he's
but he
grown
like
up.
they left him, didn't they, or did they take him on the tie?
No, they couldn't take him with. They couldn't take him with him because he's a droid that requires particular things to for it to be taken care of. So he needed to stay on the planet. It was
Like
better for the
Viagra
droid
to work.
well, no, the charging station and shit like that. Like it's. Do you remember in season one it had like its own charging
Still had it in this
station?
one. It had its charging station.
Yeah, it had the charge, but they were able to take it with it. But it'd be difficult to take it with them if they ran away with him. So it was better for him just to find new owners. Like droids are like almost like pets to a degree. They get new owners, and they keep going on, but they got a longer lifespan than pets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, should we wrap this up?
No, we're gonna talk for another 15 minutes, Ginger.
I just want to.
Get your winky out, man, because we're going in.
You said there's not. You said there's 9 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's 9
Well,
episodes
12,
left. I
isn't
think it's 12. Yeah.
Oh,
12
12 episodes. So they're gonna and what we're gonna get 3 episodes every week.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
brilliant
saying
because,
we're getting an arc every week.
because
It's 4
if
years,
it follows this
basically.
if it follows the same formula as season one, then pretty much every 3 episodes is its whole entire story.
Yeah.
Which
Which
is
is why the first 3 were just massively disappointing.
I do feel
yeah.
like they
So
wasted a lot of Andor's time. As I said, like Mon
yeah,
Mothma
it was,
stuff was okay because it was like reestablishing where she's at in the politics of everything, and I like the politics part of it. But but the wedding thing, why is that 3 episodes? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
It'll be interesting where they go, where they go next. In the next 3 episodes, and
Yeah,
at
I'm
some
hoping
point,
this just gets this crap out the way, and then the next arc, 3 arcs are just like frantic and like on the edge of your seat, and
well, some things need to happen. Luther needs to die at some particular point. I'm sure he's going to get killed off. You know,
yeah,
and even actually everyone with Andor, his girlfriend, all of that young kid, they're all going to get killed off. I mean, his mate with the beard, he got killed off in episode
yeah.
3, which was
Each
sad.
each arc will see another one of those characters probably killed off. So the young guy will probably be next, and then his girlfriend will be the one after
And
that.
even Luthen's allies as well, like the women who work with him, they're gonna probably
Oh,
die, you know, as well as
I didn't know
Luthen.
that. They replace Jimmy Smith is out, so they've replaced Bail Organa with someone else.
Oh, I did not know that. I just hope we get
Really?
Bix and Cassian just banging for like 3 whole episodes. That's just it, like Matrix style,
That's it. A whole arc of them banging.
Hmm.
Yeah. So.
Damn, that's a about Benjamin Bratt, huh?
Oh,
Okay, fair enough.
that's pretty good. That's a good swap. Yeah.
Benjamin Bratt or Lou Diamond Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Any one of them two is a good swap.
yeah. So fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, it has
Cool.
to be done, I guess.
All
All right,
right.
let's mark it.
I was just gonna say let's mark it. All right, Ginger, I'm
I,
gonna start with you.
I'll give it a 5 for now. There were a few things that were fine, but yeah, it needs to really pick up
All right,
next.
Zam.
are we talking all 3 episodes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is just the arc in general.
It's an arc.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7. I had more fun with it than you guys and all of that, but there was so much going on, and there was those Disney isms in there. They can't help themselves with. Even when he fucking tried to escape from the hangar, like, okay, let's go, woo, and he goes in reverse and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so always those moments of comedy in such a serious show, but I still had a good time with it. This is one of the best. This is some of the best Star Wars ever made. So, yeah, 7 out of 10.
I'm actually going to agree. I'm going to give it a 7. I mean, I things that knocked the points off completely was like some of the dumb Disneyisms and with Andor and stuff like that. But I feel like episode 3 was pretty good. I did like the Mon Mothma stuff and all that other stuff that I said before. So, I'm going to give it a 7. I was going with a 6, but the more I talked about it, the more like, I enjoyed it more than
I'm
than
giving it a 6, so that's good.
yeah. Okay, so
Bless you.
okay. With that being said, everybody, thank you very much for joining us. What did you think down below in the comments for Andor season 2, episodes 1 through 3? Let us know down below, and if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to NerdTube, the greatest YouTube channel, kind of maybe sort of